Hello, and welcome back to a special E-Hermes Electric Adventure Travel Series. We are taking the Rivian R1S to the Casita Travel Trailer Factory in Rice, Texas to pick up a new Casita Independence Deluxe, then down to Bryan, Texas to Casita Works, a fabricating shop that specializes in modifications to Casita trailers. After that, we're going to wander throughout Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and we might even make a quick dash into Old Mexico. Then we'll be dropping Mrs. E-Hermes off at the Albuquerque airport, where she will be flying back to Northeast Ohio for a family commitment. I will then finish driving the Rivian and Casita back to Northeast Ohio. We will show you what it's like to travel, hike, camp, e-bike, and sightsee in a Casita, towed by a Rivian, and any special charging challenges we might encounter. So come along with us. Welcome back to E-Hermes, your electric adventure travel channel. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that bell button to be notified each time an episode of this series is uploaded. Well, today is day one of our grand adventure. We are heading here today from Sanibel, Florida, to a town called Panacea, Florida, up on the Big Bend area of the west coast of Florida, where it turns to the west. And we are going to be spending our night at an Airbnb for tonight. Our trip, I think, overall is going to be about 6 weeks, and I'm guessing, and this really is a guess, will be about 4,000 miles. They say every journey begins with a single step, so here we go with ours. We are charged to 93%. Our first charging stop is going to be at the Tesla Supercharger in Crystal River, Florida. We'll be using our A to Z adapter. That's the most convenient stop along the route. When you get north of Tampa, hugging the coast like that, there aren't a lot of DC fast chargers, so we're certainly glad we have access to the Tesla Supercharger network. Here we go. We're pulling into Crystal River, Florida. The Crystal River, Florida Tesla Supercharger is 1.5 miles away. This is our first charging stop, maybe our only charging stop. There is another one near our Airbnb. I don't know if I'll charge in the morning or in the evening, or tonight or tomorrow morning. This is actually our third stop. We had 2 restroom stops, but this is our first and perhaps only charging stop. Interestingly, the Rivian app says that this is not a station we can use, but the Tesla app does. I'm going to assume the Tesla app knows more about it than the Rivian app, but I guess we'll find out. It's going to cost me 39 cents a kilowatt hour with my discount. Here we are charging at the Wawa, and we got lunch while we were there. I can't understand why more gas stations and food places don't do this, have chargers, because we wouldn't have stopped here to eat otherwise, but we did because we're here anyhow, so to charge. So I really think it makes a lot of sense, and they probably make more money off the food than they do the gas or the electric, either one. Of course, to charge here, we are using the A to Z, I don't know if you can see it down there, adapter that allows us to use the Tesla Superchargers with the CCS port. Very happy to have that. Because it is so warm outside, our charging speeds have been all over the map. We started out a little over 200 kilowatts,
It's been pretty steady at around 150, but at one time the battery must have got really hot because it dropped all the way down to 34. It's now picked back up to almost 160. We have to stay here until we get to 72%, so it shouldn't take us too much longer. The gentleman in the white car beyond the black car that you can see has a Kia EV6, I think it is. And he thought he could charge here. He doesn't have the adapter, and I'm pretty sure that the supercharger network isn't open to Kia yet anyhow, but it doesn't matter if he doesn't have an adapter. It's a rental car. He has no idea how to charge. He thinks he has to go now 20 some miles to find one, which is probably true. I really think it would be a good thing if people are going to rent these cars, they tell their customers what to expect a little bit, because I actually think this is going to be a black eye for people when they get out there and they try to do things and it doesn't work for them and they get frustrated. So this is the second time we've seen someone with a rental car that didn't know anything about charging them. Our charging stop in Crystal River at the Wawa gas station and convenience store where we had our lunch was just under 50 minutes. We put 65% in, got us up to 75%, which is enough to get us either to our Airbnb or the next charger, whichever comes first. I think we're probably going to go check in at the Airbnb and then go up and charge after we get checked in, make sure everything is okay at the Airbnb. And that'll be it. 2 charges for the day, and we'll be set to go in the morning. The other alternative is to not charge tonight at all and wait until the morning and do it. So I might do that too. I'll discuss it with Mrs. E-Hermes and see what she thinks is best. We are coming into Crawfordville where the Tesla supercharger is. We are at 19% state of charge. The Airbnb is only 5 or 6 more miles past that, but I've decided we're going to stop and charge for a little bit because we want to take the car and go out to dinner and do some other things. All right, we are turning into the Tesla superchargers. 8 of 8 stalls are available. That's a good thing. This is at Rocky's convenience store and gas station. Since all 8 are available, we're going to try to take the one that we don't block anything else, and I think I can do that if I go down to the far...
Your destination is on the left.
Far end here. Yes, this is going to work very nicely. We won't be blocking any. We will be on 2D. So I already have my Tesla mobile app open. I'm going to select station 2D, start charging, go get the adapter, and we'll get this charging session going. We charged to 85%. It slowed down quite a bit between 80 and 85%, as it always does, as it gets close to the top of the battery. And it slowed down a little bit before that because the air temperature was like 90 degrees and the battery, I'm sure, was pretty warm. We've been driving all day, charging, driving, and then charging again. So this way we don't have to go back in the morning. We'll just head on to Panama City to the Tesla supercharger there. That'll be our first stop to charge tomorrow. It'll be about 2 hours in. Good potty stop and breakfast stop, perhaps. So we're gonna go ahead and check into our Airbnb now. We'll show you a little bit about that, and then we'll go have some dinner. Before checking into our Airbnb, we decided to drive down to Alligator Point, which is a peninsula of land that sticks right out into the Gulf of Mexico. As you can see by the road, storms over the years, particularly Hurricane Michael, have damaged the road in some sections, and there's actually a detour around part of it. There are some nice houses there, but as you will also see, there are some that have not made it from the storms. It may be one of the closest places you can ride to the edge of the Gulf in a vehicle.
This is our Airbnb. This is Forgotten Coast Getaway, 1414 Coastal Highway, Panacea, Florida. Little kitchenette, 2 single beds, so Mrs. E-Hermes and I will be sleeping separately tonight. And then it's kind of circular. You come in through here. Here's the bathroom and the shower. And as always, the only thing I ever care about, I don't care what kind of beds they have, as long as it's clean, and it looks to be very clean. So we're quite happy. The owner came and met us when we pulled in. Got us settled in, so it looks like a good stay. After checking into our Airbnb, we took our Aventon e-bikes off the back of the Rivian and decided to go for a bike ride and to go to dinner along the multi-use path they have throughout Panacea. They also have a very nice park right on the waterfront and some interesting things to see along the way. We rode to the Trident restaurant, which is down a dirt road off the multi-use path, and it sits right on the bay. We had a nice view overlooking the bay during dinner. I had the cobia tacos, and Mrs. E-Hermes had the rowdy shrimp wrap. They were both very delicious. We hope that you enjoyed this first day of our grand adventure to pick up our Casita camper. If you did, please hit that like button. Of course, we hope you're subscribed, and if you are, please make sure you hit that bell button so you'll be notified next time we post our next episode of this series. Thank you!